entering in through the digestive tract, with the exception of intravenous drug abuse or perhaps vaccines. We don't need specifics to be healthy, folks. We don't need to name our disease to be healthy. It doesn't matter what you call your disease. The nomenclature, the naming of special diseases, the naming of individual illnesses is for specialists, not for patients. It doesn't make us any better. It's for standards of care, for governments and insurance companies, and medical associations and professionals, not for us, not for patients. Naming diseases, giving specific diagnoses, addressing symptoms serves the pharmaco-medical corporate model, not us. It's not for us. Your diagnosis doesn't matter. Special diseases are for specialists, not for patients. The body has a generic quality. We don't need to know the specifics if we want to be healthy. Specifics are for specialists. And not only are they unnecessary, they don't do us any good. We don't need to know the specifics. They take attention, and they take power, and they take control away from the body. And they hand it over to doctors and to pharmacists and to experts and authorities. They're the tools of the trade. Specifics and symptoms are the tools of the trade for surgery, for drugs, and for radiation. It's how we get drugged out. It's how we get radiated. It's how we are allowed to, or allow the medical model to take out our organs. We think that it's all about the gallbladder. We think it's all about the uterus. We think it's all about the breast. So take it out, yank it out, and then my gallbladder pain will be removed. We don't realize it's about the entire system. The good news is, the bright side is when we take care of the general principles, what I call the bright side philosophy that we talk about every day on this program, the body itself will take care of the specifics. If we take care of the general principles, and it starts with food, the body will take care of the details. Write that down. We take care of the general principles: food, sugar, relaxation, oxygenation, the square of health, the fourfold square of health: nutriate, oxygenate, move, and rest. The body will handle the details. And of course, well, the brain's important when it comes to stress and anti-stress. There's also a non-brain aspect, a purely physical, non-mental aspect to stress, which, like everything else in the body, is controlled by hormones, particularly our steroid hormones, our youth and fertility hormones, which are responsible for the long-term building and long-term growth and repair and long-term anti-aging. All of this has to do with activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, relaxation of the stress response, turning off the sympathetic nervous system, and improving all chronic long-term degenerative diseases. And this is where our 3 youth and fertility hormones come into play. Not forgotten to talk about these. We talked about pregnenolone. We talked about progesterone. We haven't talked about DHEA yet. We are going to be talking about DHEA because it's super duper duper important. These are your 3 youth and fertility hormones. And, by the way, like all the steroid hormones, they're versions of cholesterol, perhaps the single most important molecule in the body, cholesterol. They all the youth and fertility hormones come from cholesterol, as does the alternative or antagonistic hormone to the youth and fertility hormone, which is cortisol. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you're dealing with a health challenge you want help with, we can help you. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll take a quick break and come back on the bright side right after this. Don't go away. Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We've got lines open for you, and we will get your calls here in just a second. If you're interested in checking out our longevity products, head over to brightsideben.com, criticalhealthnews.com, or pharmacistben.com. And if you'd like to take a look at our Truth Skin Health products, especially our Retinol 5% gel, if you're dealing with blemishes or acne or dark spots or wrinkles, or you want to prevent wrinkles or fine lines, nothing beats retinol, the ultimate go-to topical anti-aging ingredient. And along with vitamin C, those are your number 1 and number 2. They're probably equal, actually. Anti-aging ingredients, of course. If you're dealing with retinol, you've got to have enough of it. There's so many skincare products out there that purport to have retinol benefits, and they'll put a trace amount of the stuff in there. And I see commercials for that all the time. I've been working with retinol now for 30 years, since the 1980s. I first discovered it in my compounding pharmacy, and I started using it for treating acne blemishes. Started experimenting with high concentrations of it. It's amazing, amazing stuff. It is somewhat aggressive. You will flake. but it is amazing stuff for anti-aging and for blemishes. And of course, when you add vitamin C into the mix, you've got your two most important active anti-aging ingredients, and you'll find both in our retinol 5% gel, Truth Serum, Truth Balm, and Truth Omega 6 Healing Cream. All leverage the power of vitamin C as well. You can find out all about it at truthtreatments.com. Truthtreatments.com. All right, from the journal Science Translational Medicine, I love this article. A new study from Massachusetts General Hospital provides additional evidence that amyloid protein, which is deposited in the brain of Alzheimer's disease patients, is actually an immune chemical. It's part of the body's immune system. The plaques and the tangles and the fibroids or fibers that are associated with Alzheimer's disease are actually part of the inflammatory and immune system. Imagine that. How? Who knew? Well, we did. We've been talking about that for decades, literally since the 1990s when I first started studying Alzheimer's disease. The fibers and tangles that are secreted in the patients of Alzheimer's disease, in the brains of Alzheimer's disease patients, are part of the inflammatory system and the immune system. Alzheimer's disease is an inflammatory immune disease. It's a defensive response. You don't need to be vaccinated. You don't need any drugs. You need to figure out what's getting into the blood that's activating the immune system. And once you do, Alzheimer's disease symptoms will reverse themselves. And I've seen it with my own eyes, and it doesn't take very long. Sugar, of course, is the ultimate toxin for the blood, and Alzheimer's disease is now known to be type 3 diabetes. It's a sugar disease, which is an inflammatory disease. Sugar is pro-inflammatory. Even more interesting, according to this article, it turns out that the amyloid fibers are actually a natural antibiotic. They actually have natural antibiotic properties. Could it be that the body is trying to control some kind of assault, perhaps some kind of infection? In any case, the amyloid proteins are functional. They're there for a reason. They're not to be vaccinated away or poisoned away. This is why doctors can't figure out the relationship or why people have these amyloid plaques. It's so important, you guys. Alzheimer's disease is just a awful curse and tragically unnecessary. 844-236-6010 is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. Let's go to Oregon and welcome Carl, the Truth Raider, to The Bright Side. What's up, buddy? How you doing, Carl?
Oh, I'm just absolutely amazed and just absolutely phenomenal and awesome information as usual, Pharmacist Ben.
Thank you.
I have three interesting things. Today's topic is going to be today.
Today's topic is going to be today.
Truth Raider tips.
Okay, Truth Raider tips. What's up?
There's the jingle.
Okay.
Coconut oil, beyond
Love it.
tangy tangerine, and eucalyptus. Yes, I haven't heard you mention this one before.
Wait a minute. You're saying all together? Put them all together?
No, these are three things that you can use separately, but they're all for the same common good.
Yeah? Talk to me.
Eucalyptus oil is the third. Beyond tangy tangerine is the second. And coconut oil.
How did you?
Coconut oil, I use. This is something that maybe some people use and some people may not use. But using coconut oil on irritated skin a little bit, that I've tested and tried it out, soothes the skin, and then the irritation goes away within minutes.
Nice. Yeah, coconut oil is a source of vitamin E, which is one of the most skin-friendly of all the vitamins, and it's very anti-inflammatory and soothing, so that makes perfect sense. Plus coconut oil just feels great on the skin. The fats feel really good on the skin. I'm not a big believer in using oil on the skin, but coconut oil and jojoba oil are two oils that you can have some benefits. Jojoba oil, we haven't talked about that one. That's really neat. That's not even an oil, technically. But coconut oil's got wonderful benefits. It's a great makeup remover. It's a great cleanser for the skin. Has soothing properties. It's tasty. It's got all kinds of wonderful benefits. I'm a big fan.
Absolutely. Now let's get on to this little story really quick here.
Yes, sir.
It's totally out of season right now for the pansy flower, for example.
Okay.
We're going into the summer season, and we're going to be going into the summer plants.
Okay.
And I had a couple plants that were not doing very well, and they were turning yellow, and they're not producing flowers anymore. So I was about ready to throw them out. But I got my jug of Beyond Tangy Tangerine, got some clean water, and just put not very much, just a little few sprinkles. That's all you need, folks. Just a little sprinkle of Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Mix it really good in the water.
Yeah.
Put it in like a little watering pitcher or something like that to water, and lightly water the plants.
Yeah.
And in 2 weeks, they started turning green again. In the
That's
third
awesome.
week, they start developing blooms all over. And in the fourth week, I had 8 beautiful blooms on just one plant alone.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, plants benefit. Plants benefit from the Mighty 90 essential nutrients too, especially the minerals. And we all know that our soils are mineral deficient. Thank you so much for that, Carl. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I want to get to a. You got anything else?
Eucalyptus oil, real quick. You want to touch
Okay,
on
real quick.
Eucalyptus. This is a great antihistamine as well.
Yes, sir.
My rash has been bothering me for years, but I started spraying this product, I don't know by name it is, it's somebody who's like a natural, might be a homeopathic type of thing or herbalistic type of eucalyptus oil company, but it has a eucalyptus spray bottle, and it's pure eucalyptus oil. And you spray that on the affliction, and within days, the rash starts to secede.
Nice.
Starts to go away, and I've been using that regularly. And for foot fungus.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
important, folks.
For nails? For the nails or for the toes?
Yellow nails. I mean, you've got crusty feet. You have problems with that itching and that burning and that tickling feeling with having athlete's foot. Spray this. Clean your feet really well, folks, and spray some of this eucalyptus oil. You'll probably have to go to a health food store somewhere to find it. Maybe Pharmacist Ben offers that in his products. Or
not yet, although I use it in some of my skincare. I do love eucalyptus oil.
Yes.
Good deal.
And it wipes it out within 2 weeks. Your feet turn back to being pink again, and the irritation completely goes away.
Thank you, Carl the Truth Raider, for the Carl the Truth Raider tips. Have a great day, buddy. Good to talk to you, man. Take care. All right, Robin in Oklahoma, what's up? Welcome to the bright side.
Hi, Ben. I have a question. I'm 56.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think I'm menopausal. My blood work shows that I am.
Just starting? Are you just starting at 56?
No. I was in perimenopause in my mid-40s, so I've always dealt with hormone issues. But my question to you is, I've been taking bioidentical compounded Triest and progesterone cream.
Okay.
Switched me to the Troche progesterone.
Okay.
So I'm on and I started having breakthrough bleeding, and then too much progesterone, you can just imagine the depression. So my question to you is, I do the healthy shake, I do the tangy tangerine, I don't eat bread. I mean,
you want some strategies for the progesterone?
Please.
Oh, got lots of them. First of all, there's a great new longevity product called Xerofem, which you might want to check out. And there's also wonderful herbs, and there's also good nutritional supplements. Hang tight. We'll get you some progesterone ideas here when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. If you're on hold, hang on. We'll get to you when we come back from our break. We'll take a quick, short commercial break, and we'll be back with more good health information right after this. Don't go away. All right, we're back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products, please head over to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Let's see, we're talking to Robin in Oklahoma. You there, Robin?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, I think your breakthrough bleeding, as they call it, the spotting, is probably more to do with the estrogen than the progesterone. Right. Estrogen is really notorious for that. Right. So what you want to really think about doing is balancing out that estrogen. There's a couple strategies you could do. The progesterone will help, of course. You may need a little bit more progesterone. Are you using progesterone in a cream, or is it orally? Or you said a Troche, right?
Yeah, she's switched me to a Troche. So
okay, probably you weren't getting enough benefit or effect from the transdermal, from the skin progesterone. So the Troche may help you. A couple other things you might want to consider doing. Always use vitamin E with progesterone, and this is really especially important for folks who are doing progesterone cream. Vitamin E helps progesterone cream work more effectively, and it also improves the penetration of the progesterone. So if you have a compounding pharmacist who's making you a progesterone cream product, make sure you tell them you want to add vitamin E to the cream. And if you're taking progesterone as a Troche, you may want to start to add about 400 international units of vitamin E a day into your program. Vitamin A can also have a beneficial effect on progesterone by helping balance out the effects of estrogen. E and A, of course, work together. They're fat-soluble vitamins. And for many women, as they get older, they don't absorb their fatty foods or their fatty nutrients as effectively. So it may be that you're running vitamin E and vitamin A deficient, especially if you're not supplementing with additional vitamin E and A. 400 international units a a day of vitamin E. And also, it's also important to use 20,000 international units of vitamin A a day. Zinc is also very important for hormones, as are the B vitamins. I'd be using 50 milligrams a day of zinc. I'd be taking extra B complex. You'll get some in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, of course. And then also, vitamin B6 is particularly helpful, or can be particularly helpful for all hormone health issues. For folks who are on birth control pills or taking hormone replacement therapy, B6 is a very, very important vitamin that many folks don't get enough of. You'll get some in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Personally, I'd be taking a little bit of extra B6 and a little bit of extra zinc picolinate as well. And then last but not least, there's a really neat product from Longevity. It just came out a few months ago called Zerafem, and that one's made with vitamin A as well as vitamin E, but it also has niacin in there.